They had arranged the table the way they always did, with the good plates and the napkins like small, obedient triangles. The roast sat at the center, steaming politely, waiting for permission. Everyone had brought something, but it was clear whose house this was and whose rules applied. The mother's house carried a tone, a way of moving through rooms that asked you to be grateful before you spoke. He took the seat closest to the end, his son sliding into the chair beside him, feet not quite touching the floor. The sisters' kids were already there, loud with the comfort of ownership, talking over one another about a soccer game, and a spelling test, and a joke their grandmother loved so much she told it twice. The mother's smile was well practiced. It had been shaped by years of hosting and years of being right. She poured water, adjusted forks, commented on growth spurts. Compliments were handed out like favors, landing exactly where expected. When she said it, she did not lower her voice. Some grandkids make you proud every single day. She looked straight at the sisters' children as she said it. Her eyes rested there, warm and unmistakable. Like hands placed gently on shoulders, the words hovered. No one reacted right away. There was a small collective agreement to let it pass, to smooth the moment into something harmless. That was how it usually went. The boy beside him lowered his gaze. It wasn't dramatic, it was a tiny movement. A chin dipping, a shoulder drawing inward. He leaned close enough that his breath tickled. "Am I one of them?" he whispered. The question did not accuse. It searched. Something shifted then, not loudly, not visibly, but decisively. The father felt it as a tightening followed by a release. Like a knot finally giving way. He took his son's hand. It was warm, trusting, too small. He did not raise his voice. "Some parents use my bank account," he said, steady and even, "but now they won't be able to do that anymore." The forks froze. It wasn't the sentence itself. It was the way it landed, clean, factual, without apology. The sister's hand stopped halfway to her glass. The mother's smile faltered. Not collapsing so much as failing to refresh. Someone cleared their throat, then thought better of it. "What are you talking about?" the mother asked. Her tone light, practiced. She reached for the gravy boat and missed. He did not answer right away. He squeezed his son's hand once, then let go so the boy could focus on his plate, on cutting meat into pieces that made sense. For years the arrangements had been framed as help. Just temporary. Just until things evened out. He had been the one with steady income, the one who didn't mind, the one who could be counted on. The mother had never asked outright. She had suggested. She had worried. She had sighed meaningfully about how hard things were for some people. Accounts had been shared, access granted. It had seemed easier than arguing, easier than being the difficult child. Each transfer came with thanks, sometimes with praise directed elsewhere. He had noticed the pattern but had told himself it didn't matter. He was an adult. He could handle it. His son was young, he wouldn't notice. He was wrong. The mother set the gravy boat down carefully. "We're family," she said. "We help each other." "Yes," he said. "And we don't rank children at the table." Silence stretched, thick and awkward. The sister's kids stared, sensing something important without understanding it. The sister herself looked between them, calculating. The authority entered not as a threat, but as a presence already summoned. His phone vibrated softly in his pocket. He did not look at it yet. "I spoke to the bank this morning," he continued. "The joint access is closed. Automatic transfers are cancelled. You'll get a letter tomorrow." The mother laughed, a short, disbelieving sound. "You can't just." "I already did." There it was. The concrete moment. No shouting, no dramatics. Just the quiet arrival of consequence. The mother's face changed. Not into anger exactly, but into something colder, more exposed. "After everything we've done for you," she said. He nodded. "I know." He did not list the things, he did not argue the ledger. He let the words sit, heavy and incomplete. The sister pushed her chair back slightly. "This is really not the time," she said. "It's exactly the time," he replied. "My son asked me a question." The boy looked up then, startled to be included. His eyes moved between faces, trying to read the room the way children do, for safety. The mother's gaze softened when it landed on him, reflexively. "Of course you're special," she said, too quickly. The boy did not respond. He returned to his plate. No one ate much after that. Conversation restarted in fragments, brittle and forced. The roast cooled. Plates were pushed away half finished. When it was time to leave, the mother hugged the sister's kids first, long and lingering. She turned to the boy last. Her embrace was careful, uncertain, as if he were suddenly less predictable. In the car, the boy buckled himself in silence. The streetlights passed in steady intervals. Am I in trouble? He asked. No, his father said. You did nothing wrong. Grandma was mad. She was surprised, he said, choosing the word deliberately. Sometimes adults don't like being surprised. The boy considered this. You held my hand, he said. Yes. They drove the rest of the way home without speaking. In the days that followed, there were messages. Some sharp, some wounded, some pretending nothing had happened. He answered only what required answers. The bank letter arrived, crisp and official, ending a system that had depended on his silence. Things did not magically improve. Holidays became tense. Invitations were selective. The mother learned new ways to distribute approval, subtler now, more careful. But something fundamental had shifted. At a later gathering, months down the line, the mother complimented all the grandchildren in a single sentence, her eyes moving quickly, not lingering. It was progress of a sort. The boy sat taller. He laughed more easily. The father watched, understanding that this was not a victory to celebrate. It was a boundary drawn late, held quietly, and paid for in changed relationships. He accepted the cost. Some power does not announce itself. It simply stops leaking away.